All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Florida Physique Report. This is episode number 71. Today is September 2nd, 2016. My name is John Hanson, and we are broadcasting live from the Powerhouse Gym out in downtown Tampa, Florida. All right, on today's show, we have a report of the Greater Naples Classic, which was the MPC Naples Sports Festival, which took place in Naples, Florida last weekend on August 27th. So I've got the results and the pictures from that. Thanks to Mike Sansevero from NorthAmericanBodies.com for providing me with the pictures. We do have the results from the MPC Treasure Coast that took place last weekend out in Port St. Lucie, Florida, but I don't have the pictures yet, so we'll give a report on that next week when I've got the pictures to show you along with the results. We've got two guests on the show today. We've got, first of all, Cindy Gillen, who is one of the top IFBB pro figure competitors. Cindy was fourth place at the Arnold Classic this year out in Columbus, Ohio, and then she moved up to the top three at the Arnold Classic Australia about a week later. And then she won two pro shows this year. She won the Miami Beach Muscle Pro, and she also won the Pittsburgh Pro in the figure category. So she's got to be one of the favorites going into the Figure Olympia this year, and it's only 2 weeks away. So we're going to talk to Sydney in a minute. We've also got an interview with Marjan Lipsenik, who just turned pro. He's a big contest prep coach out here in Florida. And Marjan just turned pro, and he just did his first pro show because this weekend is the very big North America Championships taking place again in Pittsburgh. It's a 4-day event, and they started off on Wednesday with some pro divisions for the bodybuilders, I think also bikini, figure, and women's physique. So that was nice that Gary Udit, the promoter, offered some pro competitions for MPC bodybuilders who got their pro card competing in the Masters competitions. And Marjan won his very first pro show. So we got an interview with him coming up also. All right, before we go over that, we're going to go over the results, like I said, of the MPC Greater Naples Classic, which took place last weekend. This weekend, we've got two more competitions coming up. We've got the Royal Palm Classic, which Calvin Choi promotes out in Hollywood, Florida. And that's going to take place at the Art and Cultural Center in Hollywood. For more information on that, go to royalpalmclassic.com. Calvin always puts on a great show. And we've also got the Lakeland Classic put on by Debbie Callahan, and this is only for Central District Florida competitors only. This is Debbie's 15th year promoting the Lakeland Classic. She just put out a notice out on Facebook this week saying that this is going to be the last year for the Lakeland Classic, so I'm sure it's going to be quite an emotional event. Debbie's going to continue to promote the Central District Florida Championship, which takes place earlier in the year, but this will be the last year for the Lakeland Classic. I will be there this weekend covering that show, so I'll have all the videos and pictures and the photo report for that show next week on the Florida Physique Report. And speaking of the North American Championships, which is taking place, like I said, this weekend, it started on Wednesday and will go through Saturday, September 3rd. We've already got some Florida competitors who earned their pro card, so I want to mention them before we get into the Greater Naples Classic results. All right, first of all, in the Classic Physique Division, which took place on Wednesday, George State, who won I think it was the Dexter Jackson Classic about a year ago. I interviewed him at that show. He's trained by George Farah. George got his pro card by competing in the Classic Physique. He took first place in the over 35 Class A, and he also took first place in the over 40 Class A. So congratulations to George. He is now a pro. Also, J.P. Pierce, who won the Progress and Pride show earlier this year in both Classic Physique and Bodybuilding. J.P. took second place in the over 40 division in Class B. So in these contests, first or second qualifies you for a pro card. So J.P. wins his pro card. So congratulations to him. I also want to mention some other competitors from Florida who did really well in the Classic Physique. Jason Lowe, who took third place in the Class B and the Open division, has an awesome physique. This kid's really got a great physique. He's very thick, and I think this was the most conditioned, the most ripped he ever showed up. So I hope he keeps going. He may be able to do the Nationals later this year. I think he's got a pro card in his future for sure. Took third place, missed it by one spot. Obviously a very tough division, but Jason really has a great physique, and I think he's going to make a great pro. Also, Joey Wahlberg, who switched over from men's physique over to classic, he took third place in the over 35 Class A, so he also missed it by one spot. Eric Diffenderfer from Team Freak Physique. Eric has been hitting just about every national show this year in the classic physique division, and he again missed it just by one spot. He got third place in the over 35 in Class C. And Michael Hartzell, right here at the Powerhouse Gym in Tampa, he took fourth place in the over 35 Class C. So all these guys did really well. Hopefully they'll keep going and get a pro card in the future. Maria Flores competed in the women's bodybuilding, and she took first place in the middleweight class. So she got her pro card, so congratulations to her. Dylan Williamson, who just won the Florida State about 2 weeks ago, won the overall in the super heavyweight division. He competed in the open men's bodybuilding in the super heavyweight division again, took second place, so he came very close. I think only the class winners get their pro card, so Dylan will be going on to the nationals, so we wish him the best of luck. This guy's a freak. He's about 275. You can't get any thicker than him, so Dylan's got a really good chance of getting that pro card at the nationals. I also want to congratulate Yesenia Perez, who we've had on the show. We did a training video with her before. Yesenia is competing in fitness, and she took second place at the Arnold, came really close to getting her pro card there. So she finally got her pro card. She won the overall fitness division at the North America. So congratulations to Yesenia Perez, a very, very beautiful lady. She's got a gymnastics background, so she's got a really great routine, just very statuesque physique. So she's going to do really well on the pro level, I'm sure. So congratulations to Yesenia. I know she's been trying hard for the last couple of years. I also want to congratulate Arthur Williams, who is trained by AJ Sims from Team Sims. Arthur got his pro card. He won the men's bodybuilding over 50 overall. He won the light heavyweight class and the overall. Arthur was peeled for this contest, really, really ready. And I believe this is the 15th pro that AJ and Nikki Gutierrez, AJ Sims and Nikki Gutierrez have turned pro this year. So they are killing it in the contest prep coaching aspect of it. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to Arthur, and congratulations to all the Florida residents who got their pro card. They've still got 2 more days of competition, today and tomorrow. I believe they got to do the figure division and also the open bikini, which I think will be Saturday. So a lot of competition. I think they have over 1,200 competitors. So any of the divisions that we missed, we'll report on those next week on the Florida Physique Report. All right, let's go over the results of the Greater Naples Classic, which, like I said, took place on August 27th at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Naples, Florida. They started off with the Masters Men's Bodybuilding, and the over 60 division went to Mike Felling, who looked really good for over 60. The over 50 division went to Jeffrey Sanfilippo. Jeffrey had some shredded quads. This guy has got great leg development for over 50. The over 35 went to Brian Schmidt, very thick competitor. They did not have an overall for the Masters Bodybuilding, so just those class winners. The novice men's bodybuilding and the teen bodybuilding were taken by the same guy, Golan Alice, so congratulations to him. In the open men's bodybuilding, they had some really good competition. The middleweight class went to Jonathan Trochet. The light heavyweight went to Mick Achille. Mick won the Europa about a year ago. The heavyweight class went to Brian Schmidt, the over 35 winner. And the super heavyweight class went to Greg Allen. But in the overall, Mick Achille won again the overall. Mick's got a great physique, very symmetrical, and he's always really ripped, always in great condition. So congratulations to Mick on another overall victory. In the figure division, they had a Masters figure. The over 55 went to Lynn Richardson, who usually takes first in this division. The over 50 Masters figure went to Becky Bransden. The over 40 went to Tammy Walters. And the over 30 Masters figure went to Melissa Delaney. Then moving into the figure open, Kathy Kidder won Class A in the figure open. Melissa Delaney, who won the over 30, also won Class B in the open. And Autirio Singleton Taylor was the winner in Class C in the figure open. But in the overall, Melissa Delaney wins the figure open overall, so congratulations to her. They had a women's physique. Bridget Norris won Class A, and Jackie Rivera won Class B, and then in the overall, Jackie Rivera was the overall winner. All right, moving on to the men's physique. The teen men's physique was won by Conlon Pottinger. The Masters men's physique over 50 was won by Greg Mormon. Masters men's physique over 45 went to Mike Keel. Masters men's physique over 40 went to Ken Elrod. And the over 35 division went to Ray Lopez. And the novice men's physique, Robert Baynard won Class A, Oscar Ortiz won Class B, and Brian Mitchell won Class C. And then the overall novice men's physique, Oscar Ortiz was the overall winner. In the open men's physique, they had a lot of competitors. Ray Lopez was the winner in Class A. There was 10 competitors alone in Class A. Oscar Ortiz, again, was the winner in Class B. Brian Mitchell was the winner in Class C. And Francis House was the winner in Class D. But the overall, again, went to Oscar Ortiz. So Oscar Ortiz wins the novice and open men's physique. So congratulations. In the classic physique division, they had some really good competition, some really good physiques. Eddie Garcia was the winner in Class A. Blake Parsons was the winner in Class B. And Tomasz Skarzinski, if I'm saying that right, Tomasz was the winner in Class C. And Tomasz had a really good physique, very ripped and really muscular, and he wins the overall men's classic physique. And then finally they finished off with the bikini division. The teen bikini was Darian Sanfilippo, and I'm wondering if Darian is the daughter of Jeffrey Sanfilippo, the over 50 winner. They both got the same last name. Masters bikini winner over 40 went to Denise Bremer, who's doing really well this year in competitions. And Christine Dunn was the winner in the over 30 Masters bikini with 11 competitors. That was a really big class. Novice bikini Class A went to Angela Maglione. Negi Hake was the winner in Class B. And Renee Noble with a really good look. She was the winner in Class C. And the overall novice bikini went to Angela Maglione from Class A. Then they finished with the Bikini Open. They had 6 classes in the Women's Bikini Open. Darian Sanfilippo, the teenage winner, was the winner in Class A, beating out Angela Maglione, the novice winner, who took second place in Class A. So congratulations to Darian. She's got a great future winning the Open division in her class as only a teenager. Samantha Boswell was the winner in Class B. Marina Gatica continues her winning ways. She wins Class C. Inez Arque, also doing really, really well this year. She wins Class D. Christine Dunn won Class E. And Vita Shvetnin, if I'm saying that right, Vita wins Class F. And then Vita Shvetnin wins the overall Bikini Open. So a lot of competitors, 41 competitors in the Bikini Open alone. So congratulations to Vita on winning the overall. So those are the results of the Greater Naples Classic, which took place last weekend. And we are going to take a commercial break right now. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by both of our guests. First, we're going to talk to Sydney Gillen, who is gearing up for the Figure Olympia, which is coming up in 2 weeks. And then we're going to talk to Marjan Lipsenik, who just is coming back from his first pro win out in Pittsburgh at the North America. He just got back in off the plane today. So we're going to talk to Marjan in a minute as well. So let's hear from our sponsors. Stay with us, and we'll be right back with the Florida Physique Report. Divine Nutrition Products believes in supplying the consumer with the highest quality products available. Their natural isolate line of protein is comprised of whey protein isolate made from grass-fed protein, featuring brand new flavors like vanilla peanut butter and pound cake. Divine Nutrition Products is the preferred supplement of rising IFBB Pro Figure champion Sydney Gillen, winner of the 2016 Miami Beach Muscle Pro.
Hey, this is Sydney Gillen, IFBB Figure Pro champion. I love Divine Nutrition products, especially the pound cake as soon as I get that one. But my favorite right now is vanilla peanut butter. It's so delicious.
Visit us at DivineNutritionProducts.com. All right, welcome back to the Florida Physique Report, and my special guest this week is Sydney Gillen, who is getting ready for the Figure Olympia, and that's coming up in only a couple weeks. How you doing, Sydney?
I'm great.
All right.
Sure.
So how you feeling as the contest gets closer? This is the big one, the Olympia.
I'm pretty calm since I've done so many shows this year.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's Olympia, but once you've done this many shows in like 1 year, you're kind of calm.
Yeah.
Like, your energy's been using all those, so now it's just go smooth sailing and just go in and do what you know how to do.
Right. When was your last show, Sydney?
In May, it was Newark Pro.
Okay, so you had a pretty good break then, huh, from May till the Olympia.
Yes, a
Okay.
nice, much needed break.
So for reviewing this year, you've done 5 shows, and you won the Miami show, the Miami Muscle Beach, I think it was called, out in that was in March, right? Right after the Arnold Classic.
Yes.
And then you won the Pittsburgh
Yes,
show.
sir.
Okay, so you had 2 big wins this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or-
And how did you do last year at the Olympia?
I got 8th last year.
8th last year. Okay.
Yeah.
But then when you went to the Arnold this year, you did really well.
Yeah, I got 5th, finally broke into the top 5, so I was excited about that.
And then you did the Arnold Australia after that, right?
Yes, sir.
And
And that's
you
when I
got
finally broke into the top 3.
top 3. Okay. So it looks like you're one of the rising stars and going into this year's Olympia. What do you think?
I mean, you never know. I'm just going to keep working, and hopefully the judges like what I bring, because it's definitely going to be different than I've done for this year, and hopefully better. It's
Yeah.
always different when I step on stage. Each and every time I try to bring something different.
Now that you've had this not a long off season, but you had a good break from your last show in May up until the Olympia in September. What changes were you able to make in that time? I know it's only a few months, but you didn't have to diet for any more shows, and you had a few more months to get ready.
I guess we'll have to see on on the Olympia stage. I like to keep it a surprise, and
Right.
I really never know what I look like until I get on stage. Actually, like, I just never know.
Yeah.
Because when I see pictures, I'm like, oh, that's what I look like. Okay, cool. And that's pretty much. I just listen to my coach and do what I'm supposed to do, and he'll tell me if I'm good or if I'm not, and that's it.
Right. Now, some people have compared you to LaTora Watts and said you guys got a similar structure. Do you see that too, with the small
Yeah, I
waist and the wide
definitely
shoulders?
agree. We get that a lot. I was actually called her in the airport. I was like, guys, you're not twins. You're 2 different people. But yeah, I do get that a lot. I can see that.
And then you guys were compared pretty close at the Arnold, right? And at the Arnold Australia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So hopefully that can happen again this year, and we can see what happens.
Yeah. All right. So for our viewers that don't know about your history, tell us like when you started training and then when you started competing. I know we did a short interview after you won that Miami Muscle Beach, but just reviewing again, like when did you get started with weight training?
I started weight training when I was 14, and more so seriously when I was 15.
Okay.
So I've always been, and I started competing at 14 as well.
Now, didn't you say
And
your parents were into it too?
yeah, they still compete. They're bodybuilders too.
They still compete. Wow.
Yes.
That's great.
I'm trying to get my dad to do North Americans next year. So.
Oh, really? Cool. How
We'll
old
see
is
what
your dad
happens.
now? How old is he, your dad?
Wow, I'm about to be 24. So he is 54, yes.
Wow. Still a young man.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, go ahead and do it, Dad. It'd be great.
So because they did it, you started at 14? Was their influence pretty much that made you start lifting weights?
I wouldn't say, well, you definitely see what you grow up around, and you see that, and
Yeah.
you kind of become a part of that environment. So I guess in that kind of way, but I more so made a decision. I decided actually when I was 13 that I wanted to compete because I liked all the rhinestones, and that was when figure was just coming out. And I was just like, oh, I love the heels. And I was like, I want to do that. My mom was like, are you sure? You're going to have to diet. Because at this time, I was like high cholesterol, eating everything under the sun. It was terrible. So she was like, are you ready for that? I was like, I'm going to do it. And that was
Okay.
all she wrote.
So you did your first show at 16, and that was in figure?
Well, I did it at 14. I was in figure, yes.
Oh, at 14 you did your first show.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's great. How did you do?
I didn't place that show. That I earned my Natural Pro card the next show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How old were you then? 14, 15?
15.
Wow, that's crazy. So then take us through your progression then of like what shows you did over the years.
Well, after I got my pro card in the other federations, I just kept competing, and I became like a big champion in that part of the organization. But then I decided at like 18, I was like, I need more competition. I want to be with more girls. So that's when I did my first NPC show, which was the Battle of the River in Tennessee. And I was 18 at the time.
Okay.
And then I won that one. And then that's when I decided, I was like, okay, well, maybe I should do a national show since I just qualified for nationals. So I was like, let me test that out. So Mom had to talk me into that one. So we did Junior USA's first. I got 6th there. And then the next one was nationals, and I got my pro card.
And you were 18?
I had just turned 20 at that time.
Okay. Wow, that's still young, though. 20 years old and you turned pro.
Yeah.
So then when was your first pro show?
It was 6 months after that. So I did the Toronto Pro 2013.
Okay. How'd you do there?
I got 6th.
6th. Okay. And then what happened after that?
So after Toronto, it was Tampa. I got 10th there. And then that was the end of 2013 because I had to get back for track season. My coach was like, listen, you need to give me the entire season. I don't want to hear anything about any dieting or anything like that. So I was like, okay, I gave her that whole season. And so I usually would always do summer shows since I was competing every time I was in track season too. So it was kind of hard to balance the two. So then I came back and then I did the Toronto Pro in 2014. I got 4th there. And then after that, I qualified for the Olympia, the Chicago Pro, when I won that show for the first time.
Okay. So you were in track at college?
Yes.
Okay. What did you run?
I was 100-meter hurdles.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my baby.
Yeah. So where did you go to college at?
University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then how long did you go for there? When did you graduate from there?
I graduated in 2014.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first time. Last year was the first time I actually had a break and was able to focus on training versus focusing on running track and trying to win championships and then come over and win championships over here too. So it was like a lot going on. So it's the first time
I didn't
got
know that.
focused.
So all the time you were competing as a pro in the figure, you were also doing track and you had to balance the two out. Okay.
Yeah, it was all. I mean, people always ask how they really don't go together. Some people think we help healthy lives. I'm like, bodybuilding is healthy to a certain extent, but once you got to push it a little bit, you can't really deplete carbs and you're trying to run. Like, I'm not going to be able to complete a workout. I'm like, no.
No way. Wow. So you guys won championships out there in the track?
Well, we were. I think we got 6 at HEPS one of the years I was there. But it was just different. We were running against we had the Ivy League, so we were all running against each other. So it was like Harvard, Princeton, we all ran against each other.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
What'd you study in college?
Psychology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you graduated, you said 2014?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Only a couple of years ago.
So
I'm trying to get back into school now, so hopefully that'll happen soon.
Oh yeah, you going for your master's?
Yes, either my master's or my MS. So just it's both masters, but either the MS or my MA, so either one. So
okay, gotcha. So since 2014, when you graduated, then did your placings change in the figure world?
Yeah, because then after that first pro win, I came back and I did the Arnold. But after the Arnold, I had to leave for Survivor, so I left for Survivor and then came back, and then I won that pro show before the last year's Olympia. So they pretty much, first and first.
So you did Survivor TV show?
Yes, in between shows.
I didn't know
I
that.
came back.
How did that go?
It was going well. I ended up, since the show's over now, I ended up getting 4th. So I was just right outside the top 3.
Wow.
So I could have won $1 million, but I didn't.
Okay. And did that air yet?
Yes, it's all the way done.
Okay.
It ended in May because I had to, before the New York Pro, I had to fly to the finale in Los Angeles and then fly straight back the next day to compete the day after.
Okay, that was this year then? Survivor was this year?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
No kidding. How long did that take?
I was on the island for 37 days.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get voted off?
Yeah.
You got voted off?
No, I actually didn't. I lost the fire making challenge, and that's how I was booted. I voted everybody else off, though.
Wow, that's cool. So how many people do they start with that?
18 for my season.
Wow. Okay, and you made the top 4.
Yep.
So did your athletic background help you with a lot of the events?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. When it came down to dieting, everybody was like, oh my God, I can't eat the same thing every day. I'm like, it's not that bad. I'm like, you'll be okay. So it was pretty common. And I guess more so just the mentality of of competing is just focusing on the goal instead of focusing on everything else around it. If it has nothing to do with your goal, you really shouldn't be focused on it. So yeah. I was like, food is the least of my worries. I'm trying to win $1 million. That's all that matters right now.
Wow, you get $1 million if you win, huh?
Yep.
Damn.
That's what my friend wants. So.
No kidding. That's crazy. So did you notice that you were mentally much stronger than a lot of the other people there because they were like weren't able to focus like you said, or they were worried about what to eat and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would definitely say I had the mental prowess that they didn't necessarily have, and it's also a matter. And a lot of people just don't know how to shut up too.
Yeah.
So it's just like life skills in conjunction with the bodybuilding skills were put together, and that's how I made it so far.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know you did Survivor. What season was that?
Season 32,
32. Okay. Where did you guys film it?
Cambodia. We were in Koh Rong.
Wow. How was that?
Hot.
Yeah.
It was very hot. I had sunburn and everything. I didn't even know I could get sunburn, but I did.
Wow. How many hours did you guys film usually every day?
They film you 24/7.
Okay. Damn.
All day, every day.
Wow.
And then eventually you forget they're there. So
Yeah.
it
You
is
forget the cameras are there. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. 37 days then, huh?
Yeah. It's a nice little vacation, though. It's kind of nice. It's nice. No phones, no contact with the outside world. Just no social media. It was great.
Right. So what happened to your physique during that time?
I dwindled away. I lost 28 pounds.
Wow.
I can't.
28 pounds.
My mom was like, "You have no back anymore."
Wow. That's crazy.
It was terrible. But I kept my legs for the most part. My legs didn't go too far. I guess because I use them all the time when you're always doing resistance more so in the sand. Yeah. And it takes a lot for my legs to lose muscle. Like it takes some serious, even it has to be intense starvation for my legs to lose muscle. Like my body just is like, no, we're not losing it.
Right. Especially after all that track work, I can imagine. Yeah.
Exactly. But my upper body, on the other hand, that bad boy was gone. I was like, bye.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you did this then after all your shows were done this year. That's when you did it?
Well, it was technically last year after the Arnold in was at 2015. And then it was a gap in between. And as soon as I got off the island, I had to figure out what I was going to do and hurry up and get back and get ready for Chicago because I hadn't qualified for the Olympia last year yet.
Okay.
So I had to hurry up and try to put on some muscle. Came back, couldn't even do a pull-up. It was terrible. Wow. So I was like, figure it out. And then I did, and I won.
And you won the Chicago, and then you went to the Olympia.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. You're a pretty well-rounded person, Sydney.
Yeah, I try.
Okay, so you're getting ready for the Olympia now, and like you said, you don't want to give it too much away, but you think you're going to be at your all-time best?
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. I didn't. Since I'm getting older and I've been competing for literally half my life at this point.
Yeah.
I had to grow the discipline because like people always talk about the post-show discipline. I never had it. Never ever had it. When I tell you I used to binge terribly, like sickly terribly. So this year I was like, okay, you can do it. You don't need to really, you can get back on a plan, keep it clean. And so yeah, I just never really blew up how I used to. So that automatically put me at a better starting point.
Right.
Once I had to get serious. So now that's why I really don't know what I'm going to look like because it's different for my body.
Okay. Do you track your weight and everything when you get ready for these shows? Yeah,
sometimes.
Okay.
My coach doesn't really care about my weight. He's more so like, whatever. As long as the body fat's right, we're good to go.
Okay. He goes more about how your condition is.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Especially because my frame, I carry a lot of muscle, and you can't really tell how much I weigh. Like, if people heard my weight, they'd be like, she can't weigh that much. I'm like, I weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be short, but it's very, very dense. So.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think you're going to be one of the top runners, because you made a good impression this year at the Arnold, and then you won a couple pro shows already. So I think you got a lot of momentum going in the Olympia this year.
I hope so. I've been practicing everything and giving every workout 100%. So at least no stone has been left unturned, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about Divine Nutrition because I know you're one of their big. They are your big sponsor, and you're one of their big athletes that they're promoting. So let's talk about some of the products that you use in there, because I know when we did the commercial that we show on Florida Physique, you were saying you were waiting for this one flavor. Did you try that flavor?
I was waiting on the pound cake, but then after I was waiting on the pound cake, I fell in love with the pound cake, and then I had the peanut butter banana pound cake. Now that one is my ultimate favorite. I put it back when I was allowed to have it. I used to make like this banana pudding. So I would have my bananas in there with my peanut butter and my pound cake pudding, and I make it into a pudding, and it tastes just like banana pudding without the wafers.
Wow!
I swear, just like it. I was like, that was my favorite meal every day.
So that's the one you use. That's your most favorite then.
Yeah, that is my absolute favorite. But I eat pretty much all the pound cakes throughout the day, but I just save that one for that particular meal.
Okay. Do you have to cut back on those when you get ready for a show?
Oh yeah, that bad boy is gone, and I miss it.
Yeah.
But that might low key be my cheat meal when I get done. I'm like, oh yeah, just give me some pounds,
That's a
divine.
pretty good protein if that's your cheat meal, right?
Exactly, because it literally tastes like banana pudding. When I tasted the first time, it was an accident. I was like, oh, this could be good. Changed my life.
I'll have to ask Lou for that flavor.
Yeah, it's good. You really gotta try it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sydney. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we want to thank you for joining us, and we wish you all the best at the Olympia in a couple weeks. Only like 2 weeks, 2 weeks away. So it's coming up close. So we'll be watching close to see how you do, and I think you're going to do really well this year. I think you got the momentum going for you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, Sydney. Thanks for joining us on the Florida Physique Report, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, welcome back to the Florida Physique Report, and my second guest this week is Marian Lipsnick, who's just coming back from the North America where he won his very first pro show. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much, John.
That was your first pro show. You just got your pro card about a month ago, right, at the Masters Nationals?
No, actually, I got my pro card at NPC Universe in New Jersey
Okay.
on the 4th of July weekend. And I decided to do a pro show in Pittsburgh this past Wednesday, and just kept dieting, and that was my very first pro show, and I won.
Yeah, that's great.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your career. I've seen you compete before. I think I've seen you compete at the it's one of the Florida shows, one of the very first Florida shows I first covered, and I remember you because your physique was so thick. And I was like, wow, this guy's really a very thick bodybuilder. So tell us, like, how long you've been training now? When did you start training? What got you into bodybuilding?
You know, I started to work out back in 1986 in my native Croatia, and my very first show was 1987, which I was 17 years old.
Okay.
In the meantime, I competed in Europe a few times, but I moved to the United States, and I would say since 2007, when I did my Southeastern USA show, that was where I really kind of like started to getting good placings, and I put together all my diet and training, and I was focused 100%. Nothing was distracting me. So since 2007, I've been competing regularly.
Okay. When did you move to the United States?
I moved to the United States in 1998.
Okay, gotcha. So you said 2007 you started doing pretty good, but that was after like 20 years of training, right? Or 10 years of training at least.
Yeah, it was. I had a little
training,
break in between because I used to work on the cruise ship. It was very hard to train. I did work out there a little bit, but working like 16 hours a shift was pretty hard. But I moved to New York, to upstate New York, 1997, 98 actually, and that's where I really started to work out like religiously.
Okay.
And, I haven't missed a workout unless it was planned.
Yeah. What do you think your secret is for developing such thickness and such size? Is it just the time that you put in?
I would say there's a combination of genetics and consistency. I say consistency is the key in everything, because if you work out and do things right with the right nutrition, and I would say in my case it's genetics as well.
Yeah. Were you always this thick? Did you grow pretty much right from the beginning?
Yeah, I don't have a problem to put a size on, but I'll tell you, John, when I moved to the United States, I was 167 pounds.
Wow.
And I started, and I was pretty lean, I was pretty lean, but when I started to work out religiously and adding meals, eating on a regular basis and working out correctly, my weight shot up really quick.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the size. With the size on.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think this is the best you've ever looked now at your age, at this point in your career?
Maybe this year, but I think I looked better at Universe. I was thinking about getting into this show, maybe a little bit bigger. I experimented with the diet a little bit. I did come a little bit bigger, but conditioning wasn't like I was at Universe. So my next show, I need to be sharper.
Okay. What did you weigh for the Universe, for the Team Universe?
199.
Okay. Wow. So you're still light heavyweight then? Or no, you're a heavyweight.
Yeah, it was still light heavyweight. It was basically, it's heavyweight, but at Universe they had a different weight categories.
Oh, okay.
Steve wanted to have 10 to 14 people in each class, so I ended up in the middleweight. They call it middleweight, which was from 193 to 205.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's how they.
That's what I thought when I read the results. I said you were middleweight. I'm like, no way, is he a middleweight?
It's a little confusing. It was a little confusing. I usually, when I competed at an amateur level, I would be always in between, on the borderline between heavyweights and light heavy. But if I come in really hard, light heavy is my class because I'm only 5'6".
Yeah. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your training and your diet for that show. You said that was probably the best you ever looked.
I do respond better on carbs. When my carbs are higher, I keep my fats a little bit lower. Fats are not very good for me. I have to really watch my fat intake. I start with cardio with 20 minutes, probably 5 days a week.
Okay.
And as I go deeper into a diet, I increase cardio. My cardio was 1 hour a day, 7 days a week for Universe, and a carb rotation. I was pulling carbs towards the end, and it worked well for me. I carved up well, and I looked full, and I think that was my best conditioning.
Yeah.
Combination, I would say, of size and conditioning, because you need to have some size with these big boys if you want to win.
For sure. And what's your training like, Marjan?
I work out 5 days a week. Once body part. I train each body part once a week, except calves and abs.
Mm-hmm.
I would do them twice a week, and very basic, nothing old school. Control movements, constant tension. Now, as I get older, I am. I wouldn't say I lift still pretty heavy, but I am very, very careful because I've been doing this for 30 years, John, and I have to say I had no major injuries at all.
For your whole career?
Entire career, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I do have little here and there, like elbows bother me here and there, so I just changed a little bit of routine and make sure I pick the exercises that don't bother me. But it's a smarter approach to training. As we get older, we have to be smart.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are stupid when we're younger. That's when we get the injuries,
Oh
right?
my God, nothing hurt. You could lift a house.
And walk right in and start squatting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now you're a big coach too, right? Are you in the Orlando area?
I live in Naples, actually. I live in
Naples. Okay, I'm
Florida.
sorry.
When I first moved to the United States, I told you I live in Albany, New York, that area. And I moved to Florida in 2005, but I lived at a time on the East Coast in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area, and then moved to Naples a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm based in Naples right now.
Yeah, I did an interview with Antonella Valencia, and I think you helped her, right?
Yeah. I worked with Antonella for last couple of shows that she competed in, and I think she's got a very bright future.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, she's a nice young girl too.
Absolutely, very, very nice person.
Who else have you helped? Have you helped anyone else get their pro card this year?
Yeah, I had a couple of guys turn pro this year. Phil Westcott won a pro card at the Masters Nationals, winning his middleweight class and overall. Mm-hmm. And just yesterday was Wednesday? 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Jay Pierce.
Yeah.
He won his pro card.
I saw your picture with him. Yeah.
Yeah. He switched into classic physique, and he looked really good. He was very conditioned.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think he needs to go back into bodybuilding.
Oh yeah. I saw him at the Progress and Pride, and he did both. And yeah, he's got a great physique for bodybuilding.
And yeah, he's I'm happy for him because I can relate a little bit because he did put time in, 30 years working out.
Right.
It finally paid off. So
And wasn't he coming back from a real long layoff too? When I talked to him.
Yeah, he did. He did. He came back actually because of the NPC put that new classic physique division. He says, "That's me." I says, "Okay, try it." But I think that he can do very well as a bodybuilder because he would be a perfect light heavy because he can get peeled. Oof.
Yeah, I know. He was peeled for that Progress and Pride show.
But I think this last show he looked best ever.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what did he weigh for the North America?
I'm sorry?
What did he weigh for the North America?
He weighed in 183, and then he started to carb up a little bit because he had to make the weight, and the limit was 185.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next for you, Marjan?
I have 6 more weeks of dieting. I'm doing Phoenix Pro, which is Europa Phoenix in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm gonna do 212 division.
Right.
I'm gonna come in lighter, harder, and it's gonna be fun again.
Now, when is that? That's October?
That's October 15th. Actually, it's a 2-day event. It's October 15th and 16th.
Okay.
In Phoenix, yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any hope? Is that what you're going to do then? Just concentrate on the 212 division?
Yeah, 212 division. That's where I fit best. You know, I'm really, like I said, I'm only 5'6". They're like big boys there that I don't think that I can compare with them. And it's like apples and oranges, really, when you compare them. But you know, I was very, very happy with my showing here. And you know what really, John, impressed me? You know, being on stage for the first time with the pro bodybuilders, all these guys. I know these guys, but they're all so down to earth. I know these boys are just like class act.
Yeah,
you know, it was really, really nice to share a stage with them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, very, very good.
So, do you have any aspirations of making it maybe to the Olympia or the Arnold in the 212 division?
I'll see one step at a time. You know, it was everybody who knows me. I don't talk much, and I don't go for a pro card. I don't go for Olympia. I just do my work, whatever happens.
Yeah.
You know, I respect everybody who steps on stage with me, and you know, we'll see what happens. You know.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, it's amazing when I go to these shows how the masters bodybuilders, the guys over 40 and even over 50. Are just like in amazing condition. So it seems like there is no age limit in bodybuilding. You know, we used to think that when you got past 40, it was like it was all over. But now it's like we got guys in their 40s and 50s looking better than ever.
You know, it's very true. You know, now watching and competing in these shows, I've been going to Pittsburgh for 6 years straight and watching these Masters Nationals, and I'm so impressed with the quality. And like you said, over 50 division is so impressive.
It is.
Even guys over 60, some of them are like, wow, I want to look like this guy when I'm that age.
I know. Yeah, it used to be like maybe one guy was like that, but now you're getting so many of them, even on the local level.
To me, anymore, like if you're younger than 50, you're not a master division. These are young boys still, because they look so impressive. But you know, I was watching Masters North Americans over 50, and I was really impressed. Not just with the size these guys carry, but conditioning of some of these guys, just amazing. You know.
Yeah, I was looking at the pictures in the over 60. I couldn't believe how many of these guys had like ripped glutes, you know, for over 60.
I know. This is amazing. This is amazing, you know. And what I really like about the sport is not just the lifestyle and eating, but you know, just it's getting better and better, and people look young at that age.
I know.
Yeah.
I just came back this year to competition. I'm 53, and I was off for 5 years, and I didn't think I could come back in my 50s. But you know, now I'm like. I'm starting to think about it differently now, you know, after seeing some of these other guys.
I think you can do very well. You really did well in the show. I haven't seen you compete. You know, I remember you when you were back in the days when you were like at your best. You know, and but you know, don't say that was your best. Now it's your time too. You're only 53.
Yeah,
I've seen guys looking, and you have size.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Bodybuilding is a wonderful sport. You can just keep going with it for, you know, as long as you want, really.
Absolutely. And if you're smart about it, if you know how to eat, if you know how to manage everything, and not just take bodybuilding as a life, if you have a balanced life, this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Marjan, I wish you the best of luck at your show coming up in Phoenix, and congratulations again on your first pro win and getting your pro card this year. I never had a chance to sit down and talk with you, but I'm glad we finally got a chance to converse.
Thank you very much, John. And when I see you, we'll go for ice cream. How about that?
That sounds wonderful. I'm buying.
All right.
All right. All right, Marjan, thank you very much, and we wish you the best of luck at your show in 6 weeks, and we'll be watching for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you for joining us for another edition of the Florida Physique Report. I want to thank Sydney Gillen and Marjan Lipsinick for joining us for our interviews today. And next week on the Florida Physique Report, we will have reports and pictures from the Royal Palm Classic and also the Lakeland Classic, where I will be this weekend out in Lakeland, Florida. So have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great Labor Day, and we'll see you guys next week on the Florida Physique Report. Take care.